people. Good morning.
Nobody on. Oh, they on here. Good morning.
Let me get my share game on. Good morning, and everybody in the chat. Talk back if I can talk to you for a second.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Let me get my share game on.
We're getting our share game on.
Good morning, Fast Eddie.
I can't see. I need bring my reading glasses.
Javar Jones, good morning. Cash Williams, good morning. Sanaya, good morning. Tia Harris, good morning. Fonda Brewer, good morning. Eric Dow, good morning. Brandon C, good morning. RJ Cat, good morning.
Love your family.
Let me see. Lois Fletcher, good morning. What is that? Lindy, my bad. Good morning. Daryl Schumo, my guy, good morning. Miss Biggs, good morning, Queen.
Love your family.
Love Mama, good morning. Checking in from Maryville, Indiana. We got Indiana in the building.
Boosie say, love your family. Y'all are family.
Sure it is.
Keep going, Mickey.
Christine.
Love your
Red
family.
Snapper, a.k.a. good morning. Chun J, shalom back to you.
Ooh. What's that?
Shalom. Oh, I don't know about that. They talking the ancient language.
Oh, shalom.
Yes, you don't know about all that. You don't know about the
love your family.
Carolyn Hendricks, good morning. Queen, good morning. To all the queens in there today, good
love
morning. Michelle
family.
Pfeiffer, good morning. Rose Merrill, good morning.
Yeah. Love your family.
Lenora, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for bumping with us. Family. Carson, good morning. Newbar. Oh shit, I gotta take this off. I got to do that. And shout out to my cousin for.
Who's your cousin?
I ain't gonna put his name out there. Chuck, good morning.
Good morning, Chuck. Hello, Chuck.
Stephanie, family.
Love
good
your
morning.
family.
OG Wig, good morning.
That's
Catherine
my family. OG Wig.
I'm I shot them all out.
Love your family. Everybody be singing that right now. That's what Boosie say. Love your family.
Chris Kayla, what's up, good brother?
Chris, that's family.
For sure.
Love your family.
Justin Ellis, good morning, good brother. Sis Audrey Muhammad, good morning,
love
family.
Your family.
Nah, that's my family, sucker. Becky Brown.
That's all our family.
Yeah, good morning,
Where's
Becky?
Christine? Christine out here? Snapper. Love your family.
Good morning.
Hey,
Anna
they got my cousin.
Good morning, best
love
friend.
Your family. Everybody, share it out and tell them, love your family.
Brenda Walker, good morning.
Who? Brenda. Love your family.
Yvette Bailey, good morning. I'm good morning.
Love your family. Wake up the bishop in California and tell him,
Sandra,
love your family.
Good morning. Okay, Tony said, now we got the folly out the way. What the hell are they going to do this damn meeting?
Love your family.
That's how family talk. I feel you, Sandra. Good morning. Spring. Good,
what up?
Aaron, good morning.
Love your family.
See, shalom mean peace.
Peace.
You didn't know that. Shalom means peace.
Shalom. We on shalom
Jessica,
this morning.
Morning. Michael, cool.
Love
good
your
morning.
family.
I'm on peace. I don't know what
I'm
you
on peace
and
too.
That's Hebrew. I said he's speaking in the ancient language.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, da.
Mr. Crowdy in the building.
Love your family. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Love your family. That's all I
you
tell
family though, but she up here messing with me, hot letter. So I said best friend because I was finna say family. You see, she said that's my family. Raymond, good morning.
Family.
Well, the plan I'm gonna tell you, brother. I'm probably not finna jump on it. I'm gonna control it from the ground. Sofa
Love
King, good morning greetings from Miami. Thanks for bumping with her.
Love your family. Where Anna from the DMV at?
Oh, Anna
love
already
your
in
family.
Here. The family already been in here. She on it.
Brenda Walker said she about to hurt her husband. He putting the roof on the house and you're not ready. Well, tell him to come to Flint because he need to love his family. That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
Christine. Everybody can't go.
Anna said, all my life I had to fight.
All my life. Love your family.
Yeah, I'm air traffic controller today, sis.
Arthur Woodson. Love your family.
Art on this joker.
Yeah. Me and Art, we're not speaking right now. Art, I'm gonna talk to you in about 5 minutes. We back talking now, okay? Art.
I don't like the way this is going.
Man, y'all don't know. Me and Art do this all the time. We do it all the time.
And that's why I don't get in it.
No, and people shouldn't. People shouldn't get in it. They shouldn't get in it. Art, love your family. That's all I'm saying. Love your family.
Lenore, good morning. Renee Jackson, morning family. Anthony Eccles, good morning. Yeah, I'm going to be their traffic controller today because this is going to be a bumpy ride for some people. Eddie Gray, good morning.
All right, you ain't going to tell me good morning back. I said love your family. Love your family.
This is where I stay on the ground. Kenneth Miller, good morning.
You said I put that post up. I'm mad at people.
Oh. Let me put this up.
What?
The views of Winters Hall are not those of 810 News Media
Love
Group.
your family.
The disclaimer is out there because I got to apologize yesterday because I didn't mean to say when I was saying Indians, it was not in a bad way.
Did you say Indians? Like Central Indians?
No, you can't say Indians. I don't want to feel that I read
Native
brothers.
Americans.
I don't want to, insult our red brothers and sisters.
There we go, Art. Love your family.
Lorraine, good morning, Queen.
Hey, there go my mama. Love your family.
Good morning.
Lorraine Thompson.
I don't
love your family.
I understand. I don't want to just, be out there. If I offended any of the Native Americans, believe me, I didn't do it.
I got Indian in my family.
Yeah, my granny, Mary Lou Jordan, was Indian. She was Indian and black.
Said it again.
I'm just saying which Native black, if you want me to go say it out. But I'm not trying to offend none.
Love your family.
But I ain't got time for them to come back.
The views of 810.
Janice Horton, good morning. Thanks for bumping with us.
Hey, Harletta, what you say? Arthur Woodson, you also said that you wasn't fooling with everyone. That's awesome. Hey, the three of us love your family. I'm telling you, when me, Art, and Harletta get into it, stay out of it.
Yeah.
Love your family.
Yes. But that's like any time when you see family.
And you know it, Yvette, because I love
Carol
my
Marshall,
family.
good morning.
Hey, I love her. I love her. Yes, I was on time, mama. Love your family. No, what I
said, Chris Caleb, yesterday, sometimes they can be, because right now we living in a political correct world. I was saying, too many chiefs and not enough Indians. And I don't want people to take that out the wrong way. Family. No, I don't want to do nothing like that. So I just want to
love your family.
Get that out the way in case I did, blame it on my.
Yeah, you got family in Michigan. Yeah, we family. And I liked your blonde wig too. Blondes have more fun. Love your family.
Well,
coming in.
Naquan, good morning. Thanks for bumping with us.
I'm a vibe. Love your family.
The runway is clear for you to take off, Winters.
Well, passengers, get ready and buckle your seatbelt. We might be hitting a little bit of turbulence this morning. In case you see the little bag drop from the ceiling, please put it over your nose so you can get some more oxygen. Or some of y'all just suffocate yourself.
It is a little cloudy out. The forecast is a little cloudy. A little rain. I'm just saying while you go up, you might can fly over the storm. I'm just giving you heads up.
You want me to fly over the storm? Good morning, Gabby. Love your family.
Nancy Adams, good morning.
Nancy, JoJo,
Marcus
love your
Field,
family.
Linda Flowers,
Renee Jackson.
Morning. I shout out family first.
Love your family. Clack.
Oh, Clack. Oh, what's up? What's up, good brother Clack?
Love your family.
Pray for this hour.
You put the song on Flint Politics Reboot, Tony, because they got to feel it. Love your family. Because I just want everybody to know before I get started, I love y'all. Love your family. See, family have disagreements. They have arguments. Love your family. Well, what shall we start off at today? Oh, administrator approved my post in the Eric Mays group. Love your family. Hey, Art said, put it on autopilot and move to the side. Nicole Carter from Dayton, Ohio. Love your family. All right now. Well, if anybody didn't notice, I did. Art put up the most beautiful post. I think he won post of the year.
Brother Tay, good morning.
Good morning, Tay. Love your family. Listen, the most beautiful post I ever seen in my life is on Arthur Woodson's page. It was a bucket full of snakes. He said, this is Flint politics. Something like that. That's the way I seen it. And he said, it's a bunch of y'all out there in that bucket. He had a lot of people commenting saying that they knew who a lot of them snakes was. I do too.
Good morning, Auntie Demetrius Miller.
Yeah, some family you got to exile. They asses also. You right, Tony. That's why I just say love your family.
Well,
you gotta love them from a distance.
This one I don't have to exile.
Hey,
that's my
Auntie Mimi. Love your family.
I don't have to exile her. She been in the corner.
Bit in the mouth. Love your family. It's a vibe this morning. I want everybody to go to Flint Politics Reboot. If you don't know what I'm singing, love your family. Bootsy Badass. My cousin, she put it up. She from Tennessee. She told me, love your family. Well, all right. Make sure I was strapped in the seat good. What you mean? Hey, Stephanie, you what everybody's saying, oh Lord, for? Nicole Carter, I just said, love your family. Well, you want to start off with the blessing? I
did.
You already prayed this morning? Why are you sweating, dog?
Because of the unknown.
Of the unknown. I'm not gonna talk about nothing bad this morning. Kim Kardashian had a Christmas Eve party and she put snow all over the trees and they had Babyface come out and sing in Calabas. That was beautiful. You want me to talk about good things? Good tidings and good cheer.
Took the plane. You're up. I said the runway was clear.
I'm running and run. Okay. A runway.
I ain't on the ship with you.
All right. You about to go to the bathroom? Don't slam the door when you go out. Just easy close. You know, Mickey gone. While Mickey is gone, I'm about to fly this plane into the side of a damn mountain. Well, yesterday we seen everybody. Well, no, we seen one person put up this flyer and they came on the show, on the platform, talking about the flyer, about this meeting that they supposed to have Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. So let me go back and find the flyer again. Because I seen the post too, and I seen what Miss Burns said, about the crabs in the bucket mentality. And if anybody is talking about crabs in the bucket, be careful listening to them. So get off the plane now, because I'm about to talk about it. It's a lot of shit that I want to talk about today that we need to clear up. But we're going to go ahead and get this most important information out first. So it's a meeting Thursday that they having at church, Christ Fellowship Baptist Church. And see, Mickey's a little new to politics. He didn't know that the last meeting that they had at the church, which was House of Prayer, they didn't go so well. They had the paddy wagon outside. That's where a bunch of people got arrested at. Y'all remember that? Yeah, I think y'all do remember that. So this say that this meeting was hosted. It's going to be hosted by the Black Leaders Forum. I like Jasmine. Okay. Then the next one on the list is Black Lives Matter Flint. It's just three of them. And, I think it's a good moment for them to show up because it's some cameras. COPD, CB.
C-Bop.
C-Bop.
Mother Deloney.
They said that's Mother Deloney. Caution. I don't know who the hell that is. Who is Caution? Do you know who Caution is? I think they're trying to caution you about this damn meeting.
Hold up, let me see. I think it's this. What's the pastor lady?
What pastor lady?
She a preacher. Is it Bernadette?
But Bernadette Jefferson?
Yeah, Miss Jefferson is the one.
I like her. I like her.
That's her.
Then you got the Concerned Pastors for Social Action. Love your family. Then you got Democracy Defense League.
That's Miss Claire McClinton.
Claire McClinton. Speaking to the mic. Speak up.
I'm just telling you who it is.
Then you got the NAA to the C to the P Flint chapter. I didn't know we had one. So this is about speaking out. It says raise your voice, accountability to Flint City Council, blah, blah, M to the F, blah, blah. Now, people asked me for my opinion, and you know I'm going to give it. Are you going? No, I'm going to pass on this one. Well, why are you passing? You always ask for people to come together. No, I don't. I say y'all need to come together and organize. Cause I'm not the organizer. This right here, I think they a day late and $1 short. Why y'all couldn't come and protest at council? Why we got to do it at a church? Christ Fellowship Church. So I sit back and I think for a minute and I say to myself, self, because me and self ain't been talking a lot lately, but self came back last night. I said, self, why they going to Gilchrist Church to have this meeting? I think personally, it's going to be some announcements at this meeting. Because if you remember, hey, I'm just stating what's the facts. Dr. Weaver said she was going to make an announcement before the end of the year. It's almost the end of the year. I think this would be the perfect occasion for her to get up there and do one of her speeches and say, and this is the time where I throw my hat in the ring. Because you got all the players in politics is going to be there. So what better place, because you know they're going to invite the TV cameras and the crews, what better place to make an announcement? Don't y'all think so? So then I said, well, if the Concerned Pastors and thank you, you know what happened at House of Prayer with the water crisis at the House of Prayer? That's right, Darren Robinson. That's what I told him. That's what I told him. An announcement of what? Jolena, she said she was going to run. She was thinking about running for the seat against District 8. I get confused. Kildee seat. So I believe that's going to be the announcement there. And I also believe, well, I'm going to say that for part 2. Let me finish this meeting first. I also think that it's just going to be, I don't know what it's going to be, because we couldn't get any straight answers yesterday. It was a lot of people. I was watching. It was a lot. It is no shade to Miss Burns. She was doing an assignment. She understood the assignment. She came on the platform, 810 platform, where you can get the most views at. And she announced it because it behooves me to, I don't understand why all the Concerned Pastors didn't know about this, as I made a bunch of calls yesterday. They didn't know about this meeting. They didn't announce it in church Sunday about this meeting. And they announced everything that's happening, but they didn't announce it. So all the Concerned Pastors don't know about this meeting. I'm just going to put that out there. So it kind of caught me at the end yesterday during the live when she said, I'll let y'all know where to send the money to. Money? That's weird. That's suspicious.
But to be on the what's name was people in the chat was asking out of towners.
Yeah.
Was saying how could they help? They
yeah.
send money.
I know.
Just can't. So that's why she.
I know.
I'm just trying.
I know. But you know, if I'm at my house and you asking me where to send money to, I'm gonna tell you to send it to my house. That's why I put in the chat $810 News Media Group. I personally think people see the need of other people across the nation reaching out and wanting to donate money, and they want some money too. Because how you gonna have a meeting and you they gonna have money or allegedly or maybe I don't know, asking for money at the first meeting? What the hell is the meeting about? What do we get together to voice our opinion about? Okay, well, you asked the question.
Well,
I'm gonna tell
Angelina got
you.
one for you. She said, "Here you go."
And so Jolena said, "You all are acting funny. It's a meeting of the masses to get something done about council acting crazy." Oh, now we're gonna have a meeting of the masses. How come we didn't have one when Eva called Jerry ghetto? What about the first time when Eva stood up over Tanya? Or the second time Eva stood up over Tanya? Or what about the third time Eva stood up over Tanya? Why now? What about the first time when they put Eric out? What about the second time they put Eric out? You just the timing of these things. And Jolena, I know that you're a part of the Water Warriors and Democracy Defense League, and you're gonna be defensive. Love your family. I
I got
get it.
another question for you.
I gotta tell the truth. I called Gil and asked Gil and NAACP to get involved in the city's discord against the residents. Don't know if this has any bearing on this. But Gil ain't over the NAACP. It's Mrs. Frances Gilchrist, who I like her. But I ain't heard from her. But I'm glad you put that up there, Carol. Because then you called them about the school board too. I know Danielle did. Ain't heard from them yet. Have you? So when I see this now, it just makes me a little suspicious about everything that's going on. Why now? Why now at this particular time? And we couldn't get no direct answers about what this meeting was about. It wasn't just me asking, it was a lot of people. People was putting in the chat, they was confused. They was more confused when they got on than they was when they got off. We still don't know what it's about. Somebody posted it, I think it was Tony, he said, hell, this sounds like Flynn. Come to the meeting and then we'll give you the financials about what it's about. It makes no sense to me. It doesn't. So they held up a resolution, not they, Tanya held up a resolution, said, we want to discuss this resolution and Candace and the 7th Ward and blah, 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 blah. So you know me, I said, I got to get to the bottom of this, because we're going to come together. Well, they're going to come together and they're going to talk about this resolution about the 7th Ward. So I said, who would be a good person to contact? Oh, Dominique Clemens, the man that's over the elections. So he said the 9th Ward recall is in May and that election falls on him. But the special election for the 7th Ward does indeed have to be called by council.
Hold on, let me answer this for Jolena Freeman. She said, so I guess we should stay. No, Jolena, I think you being defensive now because I never once said that. Yeah, I never once said if 810. You see, I put it, Tanya was on, so don't say 810. This is Winter's view. What she's telling you. See, now you throwing just 810 up under the bus. Saying, I guess, unless 810 talk about it, dog. Let's be honest, this is Winter's view, and she got a right to voice her opinion. So don't just throw 810 up under the bus like that. You can go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, back to this 7th Ward seat and talking about this at this meeting. Dominique said, the charter doesn't give a specific timeline. It just says as soon as possible. And he went on to say some other things. He said, but notice, it's been put on the council agenda. Council has to pass this. It's been put on the council agenda for a May primary and an August general election for that seat. But council lost quorum both times before it came time to discuss that agenda item about Candace going on the ballot. So what's this meeting gonna do? Council needs to get this together, not us. We can't make council act right, as you can see. The deadline for candidates to be on the ballot in May is January 23rd. So council is again getting very close to missing the deadline for a May primary for Candace. And this has come, you can't get no higher than Dominique Clemens. State law and the city charter spell out that the city has to call for special elections. I only have the authority to call an election for a recall. And even in that case, that is only after the city clerk approves the numbers. He also took it a little further. He's called the state twice trying to see if there was anything he or the state could do at all. But everything rests on the council. So to me, if you're not going to have all of the council members at this meeting, we still back at square one, right? And then when we talk about the dysfunction of council and we go into church, to this church to talk about it, we can't even as residents get on the same page. Miss Beverly stays in the 3rd ward. She's out with 2 other ladies collecting signatures to get Liddell off of council. Arthur Woodson helped, Trevor helped, Kevin Tay helped. I think they all went out for a couple of days, but Miss Beverly and these 2 ladies are doing the majority of the work. They got to have the paperwork in 580 something signatures by Saturday. Friday, because we know the council office is closed on Saturday. They ain't going to make that. I'm just going to keep it a buck. They're not going to make it. So I'm going to go ahead and say it. I agree with Rich Jones. Instead of having this meeting, and he may not have said it exactly like I'm saying it, they need to be out collecting signatures. If you can get all these people to come to a meeting, if y'all want Liddell off that council so bad, why y'all ain't out there getting no signatures? But the question is, as Art and I know, that's why I put up the picture with that snake. Do y'all really want her off council? Or are we just playing a game? See, in my opinion, when you want people to come together, you invite all of them. And they all need to be there. Otherwise, we just got a bunch of people in the room talking about the same thing and ain't nothing gonna get done. Claire McClinton come to council every time I'm there, I see her. She's addressing the council. She's Democracy Defense League. They ain't changed because she hit the podium. I haven't seen Mother Deloney at council, but I don't think they gonna change because she at this meeting. What they gonna do? DeJuan came the last time because somebody called him and showed up. Because he looked dead at me and he was saying, well, what's going on? I just looked at him. Chaos. Where y'all been at? So I'm supposed to be all jolly and happy and cheerful now because, they decided to have a meeting at the end of the year? And it ain't got nothing to do with Jasmine being hit by Eva. I talked to more people than the law allowed last night. So I don't know what this meeting is about. But I do know I was pretty pissed that 810 was the spot to get the meeting agenda out or the message out because we still don't know the agenda. DeJuan ain't said nothing about it on his platform, and he was on yesterday about the Kwanzaa stuff. The concerned pastors, none of them mentioned it in church on Sunday about this meeting. Unfortunately, I still get the NAACP text and emails. Probably won't after today, but it's cool because the iPhone had an update. You can delete the conversation anyway, so I got out the group text. We ain't getting no group text about this meeting. So what is this meeting really for? Is it to prop up a candidate? Is it to prop up your own 2nd ward candidate? Because you know what? I want to know, What is this? So now you against the people coming together to get counsel right? Jolena, I want you to explain to me how the hell is having a meeting at Christ Fellowship gonna get the counsel right? Since you think I'm just so against it, which I am because it makes no sense. Which how many people in here in this chat think that going to a church on, why do I keep asking you? Why you keep saying, look, how is this? How is it gonna help? How is it gonna help? How is going to a church gonna help counsel? They say a blessing before every counsel, and it still goes to hell. The last time they was at what's not true, Sister Audrey? The last time they was at what you call it, House of Prayer, it didn't go out too well. You didn't go too well. You got a couple members in here from House of Prayer telling you it didn't go too well over there. So am I wrong? Am I wrong for saying this? Am I wrong for not running to the church on Thursday and being a part of making a difference? I don't feel like I am. Where the hell y'all been at? So I'm supposed to be happy now? What's the agenda? What's the game plan? What's the action items? People was asking these questions. It wasn't just me. I'm saying what they was asking yesterday in the chat. And I'm not mad at Tanya. Tanya just came to deliver the message about it being a meeting out. But nobody else said anything about this meeting. That's my opinion of it. And then you got 150 people that want to run for the second ward. Do y'all really want Liddell gone, or are we just playing with each other around here in Flint? See, this is what the people across the nation don't know. When they talk about organizing and getting in a meeting and sitting down with everybody, these organizations, if it's some money coming in the door, they're going to fight over it. I'm just going to keep it real. Black Lives Matter gonna want some. Democracy Defense League gonna want some. The Concerned Pastors gonna want some. Hell, the church might even want some for just hosting it there at the church. I don't know, but that's my opinion.
Sister talking. She's talking to you.
Oh, okay. Arthur, it's always a meeting. They have Liddell and Dion Freeman at the leadership meeting with Sheldon Neely people. Tell me how that's working out. Love your family. And that's the question that I asked last night. Why you just didn't have it at the leadership forum? Well, it's January 18th. If something needs to be done now. What's going to change in 3 weeks? What's going to change in 3 weeks? Why y'all didn't have a bigger protest at council where they acting a fool at? Do you think Liddell going to be there Thursday? Do you think Judy going to be there Thursday? Do you think Quincy going to be there? Eva, Candace, you're going to have the same people there. Jerry might go. Tanya, Eric might go. Dennis might go. So you're talking to the same people. If you don't have all of them in the room at the same time, tell me how this going to make a difference. Mickey, do you have an opinion about this?
Really on a meeting? Personally, I think it's a little late. That's just my opinion. I wish we could have did this earlier because, like, my thing is I don't see none of the NOI people there. Like, got asked to come. You know what I'm saying? That's me. Like, where's the
nation?
Yeah, where's the
nation? The peacekeepers.
Yeah, I'm not talking. I'm talking about the nation.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying, why did the nation get caught in there? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my thing. I'm not all the way on sure what's going on, to be honest with you. And like I said, Tanya Hart probably in the right place, but look how we in the chat. You see, you can't even have constructive criticism. Like, just having an open dialogue where you're gonna offend some people.
I know I'm going.
I'm just looking in the chat and
I agree.
Yeah, it's just me and me freak. I'm working on it. I'm just trying to just see, like I said, I don't see nothing wrong if that's what they want to do. But I do agree. I do agree with this.
Right there. Right there is somebody that's been following politics for a long time. Tony Wiggins, and I'm going to read it. Can you put that up there? I'm believing Winters. They about to gather y'all in one place and announce that candidate and get a great photo and state Mayor Weaver is supported and backed by all of these organizations. It's strategic and actually a beautiful plan, but it's a planned announcement for a photo op. Arthur Woodson. Why are they in the room? They don't want you to say anything to them. They tried to stop me from going at Liddell and Neely people. Jolena said, come and see what it's about. Why can't anybody tell us what this meeting is about before we get there? Even council has an agenda before we get there. Even the church has got a bulletin, so we know what's going on in the program before we get there. Why is this meeting a secret? Come and find out. Who do y'all think? And okay, YOLO Media, better late than never. It's about fixing the council. How are you going to make them fix the council and all of the council that's not going to be there? You had a parliamentarian downtown that couldn't even fix the council. If you want to just say we want to come and we want to get everybody together in the room and talk about all the issues in Flint, I would have liked that better than saying you're going to fix the council, because you're not going to fix the council.
I'm with Michelle on this. I do agree with this.
I would like to know what is the goal of each organization and how they plan to get their goal accomplished. I hope it's not a complaint session, but a plan for a results session. Well, then you need to go and see.
What I'm saying, I'm talking about in the chat, Jasmine. What I'm talking about is constructive, about just their viewpoint. Because you never really heard me say anything. I just ain't like, just, it may be just a misunderstanding with Jolena. I was really responding to Jolena when she said 810.
Jolena is going to defend.
No, I'm saying, but this was your,
no beef with her.
But this was your opinion. I just was trying to clear her out because Clark gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be plenty from 810 there. I'm just saying. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I'm not gonna be there.
But that's, we said you. You know what I'm saying? But when she was saying 810, she was talking about like the whole of it. That's what I didn't understand. I was responding to that question when I was saying constructive.
Oh, Daryl said because the pastor over there, he probably called it. No, they said that he could use the church. I found that out.
Yeah, I'm not.
He said that they could use the church. But they have meetings every month at the Woodrow Stanley Leadership Forum. I'm like Arthur Woodson. That ain't changed nothing. And the Liddell actually goes to those meetings. I mean, if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. Harletta, first they need an experienced government attorney. Yeah. I think so. One meeting is not going to fix council.
Nah, see me, now this where like fires.
And if you call my question silly, if you think what I'm saying is silly, deuces, you watching me. I ain't watching you.
See, that's where I didn't really want us to go.
I don't care. Ain't nobody gonna be attacking me.
I get you. I get what you're saying. My thing was, I do feel like that we should have gathered people to get out there and get recalls, because that's how you gonna change. That's how you change council, is getting the recalls. Because them fire that you got, unless you can get recalls in, that's the only way you're gonna change council.
Thank you.
You know, get the signatures.
Thank you. Recalls. Yeah. Walking.
That's what I think that would have been more. Yeah, but I'm not going. I ain't gonna get on here and like I said, I'm not bash. I wouldn't dare bash. No, I'm not gonna bash Winters for her view, and I'm not gonna bash Tanya for what she trying to do.
I'm not bashing Tanya. Tanya is just she came and said, come to this meeting. We gonna have a meeting to sit down and talk, everybody in one room. Isn't that what they have every month at the Woodrow Stanley Leadership Forum? Aren't these same people invited to this meeting every single month? Well, where were y'all at? Like, I just don't understand. Where were y'all at? When y'all let Eric get put off the council for 3 months, now y'all want to have a meeting. when I was sitting here begging everybody to come to council last week? Where was y'all at then? We need 10 good people to do 5 blocks. Miss Beverly Biggs can't even get 10 fucking people out there and walk. But they want to have a meeting, Miss Biggs, to talk about fixing council when you out there on the ground trying to do it. You and 2 other ladies. But they want to have a meeting at the church. Maybe you should go to the church to the meeting and they have enough people there to get your signatures. I'm not even talking to her no more. Crabs in a barrel. Maybe that's how people view it. That's how I view it. Where were you at when all of this stuff first started going on? It's not like this stuff started just started on council. This meeting of the masses should have been going on when Black Lives Matter was on his Lil Wayne apology or whatever tour he was doing during the summer. This meeting should have been going on when the NAACP was silent. This meeting should have been going on when Miss Clara McClinton was down there at council every meeting by her damn self. Why y'all didn't protest at council? Why y'all going to gather and protest somewhere else outside of council? Now, we've been asking for people to come to council. Stand up. Talk to them at council. Where all of them at? They all, if you think all 9, how many people think all 9 of these people is coming to this meeting on Thursday? Just let me know. Oh, let me know. Just let me know. Now, if y'all, some people out there may think that this is a great thing. This is a great first start, but the players in town already know. And Art is one of them players. Harletta's one of them players. Tony Wiggins, Vail the Scholar. These people know. You didn't show up for Danielle. You didn't show up for Danielle Green. You didn't show up for Carol. Oh, wait. They not on council, so I guess y'all didn't deserve a meeting of the minds, huh? This shit been going on. Why now? In my opinion, I think it's going on because you see people wanting to donate money and y'all want some too. ACLU. Are they there? What Stephanie say? It's going to be Jerry, Mays, and Tanya, the same ones who say they going to do better, who will show up with a better attitude, but you got all of these other people. You got all of these other people. The phone line, I really want to hear from y'all. The phone lines is open. We got over 200 people watching. Tell me what y'all think. 810-207-5058. Yes, mitten the mouth. That's what my tattoo say on my back, cold peace. Been that for years. This ain't nothing new. This is my attitude. People just don't know me. Here we go. Art, I'm waiting for you too, boo.
Call or 2 to decline. Press 1 to start the call, or the call will start at the beep.
Good morning, caller. You've been bumped in. What's your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, this Art Woodson.
I was waiting for you.
I wasn't even gonna say anything, man. But you know what, man? How many of those people in that meeting, except for one person? One person. One person. Alan Overton stood up there at the mic. Because Attorney Flood invited him to speak out with him, right? How many of those people have you heard mention Lamar and Zaire one time? Lamar and Zaire Mitchell one time. I haven't seen any of them. And then here's the sad part. At all those meetings, at the last one that I went to, Liddell came in there trying to talk mess to Tanya, who I keep on standing up for, but she'll go sit down with the people who she know got issues with everybody else and ain't did nothing in the community, but said that they're a leader. Some snakes you cannot sit down with. Jolena, my question to you And I see you writing it all the time. And you know, man, you was cool. You know, hey, I rent a bus, lease a bus, take us all down to Lansing. But my question to you, because all the people that's going to be at that church are the same ones that support Laura McIntyre, who went after 11 black women on the school board with Joyce McNeil. Joyce McNeil is the Liddell of the city council. She uses Laura to attack the black women. Liddell uses Eva to attack Mays. So how are y'all any different in supporting this racist Laura McIntyre than the people supporting Eva Worthy? Why do I want to stand with you when you're going to invite that racist white woman who went after 11 black women? How am I going to support you when Claire McClinton sat in the court every hearing and listen to the lawyers tell you on how she lied about me and got a PPO ex parte emergency when black African American women cannot even get a PPO when they car is shot at? How did she get one when I wasn't even in Flint?
Mm-hmm.
Because of her race, and y'all supporting her. Jolena Freeman, y'all are standing with her. Jolena Freeman, how can you stand there and put a racist white woman on a pedestal? That right there alone tells me that I don't need to stand with you all because you all will stand with anybody. So don't sit up here and get mad at people saying that they don't want to stand with racist ass white women and black snakes who support this white woman because they think it's money out there for them to get. Yes, the ESSER loans, all the ones that's standing there, the males, the black males, thought that they was going to get some money from the school. So they stood with this racist white woman while she went after black African American women. You are a bunch of snakes. Now, I wasn't going to say anything, but since you want to go back and forth on why people should stand, and then, yes, at the Woodrow Stanley meeting, Jasmine Stanley, I love you. I love you to death. But I would not go to another meeting because when I tried to say what was going on with Liddell, they shut us down.
Yes,
when I tried to go after Neely's people, because they be there too, they shut us down. So why would I want to go somewhere where when somebody's trying to put them on the floor and tell the truth, they shut you down?
Shut you down.
I'd be damned if I show up at a meeting where I can't express myself and let you know who the snakes are. You want to work with a snake? A snake don't shed their skin just to change. A snake shed their skin so they can get bigger.
Love your
A
family.
snake will always be a damn snake. So don't come at me because I say something because there's a bunch of damn snakes in Flint and Renzo White told me who all the damn snakes is and all these damn old heads, every time some money come on the table, they jump out there and they divide the young people. But I got a story for them. 2024, I'm bringing the young people out. Old ass people, get the fuck out the way. Old heads, get the fuck out the way and go retire, damn it. I'm telling you, I said it now. If you don't like it, I don't give a fuck now. I said it.
Well, thank you very
It
much.
is what it
Mr.
is.
Wilson.
Merry fucking Christmas and a happy fucking New Year. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Hey, this is your freedom of speech. Call. If you don't like the language, I implore you to turn it off. Because I'm going to let the people talk. For me or against me. Call in. Caller, you've been bumped in. What's your name and where you calling from?
This is Carol. This is Mitten to Mouth. This is Carol. Winston.
Yeah, you got to turn that phone down. Carol, what you do? Carol, call us back. You got to turn the phone down.
The call or two to decline. The call will start at the beep.
Caller, you've been bumped in. What's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Jessica from California.
Hey, Jessica from California.
I think that you made a really good point. I hope I didn't misunderstand, but you implied that maybe they like Liddell's leadership, and that's what I'm thinking. I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about Miss Beverly.
Yep.
Going out of her way from the 3rd Ward.
There you go.
collective signature.
There you go.
Like I said in the chat, every foot of an able-bodied person in the second ward should be blistered from walking and knocking doors. Why should somebody in a neighboring ward do your work for you? You must like Liddell's leadership. You must like having your rights taken away. You must like not having no rules. You must like being voted against. I mean, why is Miss Bev? Why does she have to be outraged for all of y'all?
Mm-hmm.
Why do people across the country have to be outraged for all of y'all?
Yes, Jessica. Yes, California. That's where you at.
Exactly. I don't understand. Why am I more pissed off? I'm ready to fly out there and collect signatures. But I'm like, I can't be angrier about second ward mismanagement than the people who live in the second ward. Miss Bev shouldn't be angry.
Yes.
Angrier about second ward leadership. And I do know that Liddell used her power and her influence to cut Miss Bev's throat, metaphorically speaking. And yes, Liddell, she does represent the second ward, but her votes have implications for the entire city.
Yes.
So I understand all of that, but that is your council person.
Yep.
I mean, and just a quick side note, you ousted. Now Maurice Davis wasn't perfect, but you ousted him, and you hopped out of the frying pan and into the fire. That really wasn't a frying pan. He just made a decision that you didn't understand and didn't agree with.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, thank you, baby.
I mean, thank you so much. Thank you. I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, I'm glad you realized that. I'm glad you're seeing it. But thank you so much.
Exactly. The standard you walk past is the standard you accept, and if the standard is affecting you, you keep walking past it. You must like living in the dirt.
There you go. Thank you so much. Have a good one.
Hey, you too.
Bye-bye. All right. Well, I mean, she said it. She from California, thousands of miles away. Why are people all over the country more outraged than we are here? Do y'all really want Liddell gone? Or y'all just playing? Let Miss Beverly know so she can sit down and enjoy herself. Carla, you been bumped in. What's your name and where you calling from?
Okay, this is Cheryl, and I think I'm on delay reaction. That's what happened last time. But let me say this. I did call Gil, and I did call the NAACP out, and it was kind of like a background group type of situation concerning the city council meeting where the police came in and marched out citizens, because I feel like it's time for the NAACP and our leaders to step up. Now, if that had any effect on this meeting, I don't know. I won't take that type of credit. I am going to go because I will not be a hypocrite and talk this type of mess and be making phone calls on the back end and not show up for the big gathering. So I'm going to go see what it's all about. You know, I'm going to say this. I'm going to operate with some discernment. If it ain't what I think the city needs to be talking about, then I'm not going to participate, because my agenda right now is something different. So I'm going to stay focused, and I'm not knocking anybody else for their agenda, but I'm going to take that opportunity to network, to talk to people that are like-minded, like myself, to promote A10 and what we're doing. There will be voters there. So I think everybody won't be there on one accord. But if we want to see a change, then we have to get with the people. Maybe this is a start. Maybe this is not a start. And usually when they have the leadership meetings over at McCree, I'm working. So we're off for the holidays. We're going to see what they're talking about. And Winters, you know me, I'm going to be honest. I'm calling people out. Mm-hmm. You know, as far as the people you named, the council people that will not be there, I'm going to be honest. I don't want to see them there. You know what you're doing, what you're showing up for a community meeting for when you won't do your job as a city council person.
But it's to change the council, though, Carol. It's to change the council.
Well, maybe Well, maybe they got to eat some. Well, we're going to have to do that too, Winters, but maybe they'll sign recall petitions there. There should be people from every ward there, because this city council situation is a city problem. So maybe they'll have the recall sheets at the door.
Mickey said you got to mute your background.
You got to do what?
You need to mute your background because we get feedback.
Oh, okay. So that's why I did it, because I wanted to hear while but okay, that's a problem.
We can hear you.
Anyway, okay, so anyway, I'm going to go. When I saw some of the leaders that were involved, I felt some kind of way too. I ain't going to hide side. I know what they're doing on the back end, but at the same time, the snake's going to show up for the corral, just like the sincere people, because they want to see what you're doing, which is always how we get crippled. There'll be some sincere people there.
Yes,
however,
it will be.
Whatever our agendas are, whatever you're standing for, nobody's going to change my mind. Nobody's going to compromise my integrity. Nobody's going to organize me into being no sucker, okay? Because we've done that, okay? We know what that's about. So if it's more of the same old, I think people will listen. But I'm hoping something solid comes out of it, because one thing's for sure now. I got to say this. Don't nothing be the failure but a try. So we got to try to come together. Now, will we succeed? Will it be what it's supposed to be? And I see somebody saying them not leaders. Okay, well, maybe they're not. But I'm going to be there. At this point, I don't consider myself a leader, but I know people listen to me and trust my judgment and my opinion, because I'm going to call an ace, a spade, and a heart, okay? And if you dare to bleed us out of all our diamonds and gems, I'm going to say that too. So, if the fakery is what it's about, then the new year coming in, and I'll be talking about it on A10. And if they're organizing or whatever, then I'll get behind that. If you pushing something that I ain't with, or the same people that's crippling us, then guess what? I ain't with that. And I'm going to say that. And if that makes me excluded, I'm fine with that too. I ain't big on clicking up, but we need people, we need votes, we need signatures. So I hate to say it, but to get the job done, some people to wear steel-toe shoes and them rubber pants. If you go down south, you'll see those old people, they had them rubber pants on. It's like a half a suit when they step down in the pond. We're going to have to put our rubber boots on and step down in the pond with the snakes so we can swoop up some of these voters and take care of the business, because that's what the whole Bible is about. The good versus the evil, people sitting with Judas, all that. I ain't going to get to preaching, but I'm just saying, some kind of way we have to come together, and we don't know it all, so we got to maybe see if we can get this torch from some of these people that know a little bit more than us, and we probably going to have to remix it. And I'm cool with the remix, because I don't like that the old stuff ain't working no more. It used to work. It don't work no more. And yes, you need money. So we're going to have to figure out a way to organize, do some things with like-minded people to generate funds, because no matter what, you got to get the money to do everything in that game, period. No person you like in politics is going to advance without finances behind them to promote. Okay, your person won't even know your person on the ballot if they don't have no dollars behind them. So I don't know what we're gonna do, but I'll be there, and I'm just gonna pray and keep my face forward and try to do what's right, and try to keep the citizens at the forefront. And like I said, I ain't for glorifying no individual. I'm for moving the people forward in the city. So if that ain't what it's about, I'll be letting y'all know. Thank you for taking my call.
Thank you. Have a good one, baby.
You too. Keep it going. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Don Pfeiffer said this meeting is nothing more than a church potluck.
Press 1 to start the call, or 2 to the call will start at the beep.
Caller, you've been bumped in. What's your name and where you calling from?
Renee Jackson, Lake County, Illinois. Hi, my sister Winters.
Hey, Sister Renee.
Hi, my brother Mickey.
Hey, how you doing, sister?
Listen,
Thanks for
Winters.
bumping with us.
I'm blessed. Listen, Winters. We all have our own opinion. You have yours, I have mine. See, this is what's wrong right now. It's not, people got to realize you're not telling folks not to go there, because we need some people to go there to come back to report to you all so we can get a little more. When we telling people that, it's like what you're saying, I don't live there, but I'm with you. I would be out there with Ms. Beverly walking the ground. Now, I don't know if this to knock some of these folks off not being out there walking the ground for those signatures or not. But my thing is this is what's wrong with us right now. Now we got people kind of angry what you spoke. But you speaking what your opinion is. It was not to hurt anyone. So this is where we gotta all of gotta get back on board again. This is what they want. They want us to get away from each other. And we're not gonna do it. So we just not gonna do that. So it is what it is. Nikki, if we lose some, we lose some. You're gonna gain more.
Right.
And Winston, I'm always with you because I know you're not, people take you the wrong way. If they really listen, you're just telling it the truth. And my mom say the truth hurts. That's why y'all got a lot of people that don't like y'all because y'all speak it. So I'm not mad with whoever want to go. I listened to Tanya last night. I understand what she's saying. Yeah, we might need some, some of that information. But I'm going with Miss Beverly. I'm going out there to get somebody to get this lady away. So I'm like everybody else. It seems like some people getting mad. What the hell are you getting mad for? She just spoke her opinion. Well, I'm going to let y'all go because I know you got some more calls. But I love you.
Thank you. We love you too. Have a good one, baby.
All right, and Nikki, I'm still waiting.
I got you, Mama. I got you.
All right, then. And y'all take care.
You have
And
a
get
blessed
your
one.
face right.
Oh.
If not, I'm on my way. Where you at?
I'm out
We
there.
ain't crying. No, we ain't crying no more.
Oh, I wasn't crying today. I ain't crying.
That's why I said we ain't crying no more. That's my girl. Go. All right. I love y'all.
Thank you. Love you too.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
Peace.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Press 1 to start the call. The call will start at the beep.
Caller, you've been bumped in. What's your name and where you calling from? We need you to mute your background.
Hi, this is Lorna from St. Louis.
Hey, St. Louis.
I'm watching the show, and like I said, I'm hiding in the firecracker. For one, it's a publicity stunt with their mayor. And if they have why couldn't all these people come to the council meeting when everybody needed them wall to wall? And everybody ain't a pastor. Let's say that.
Thank you.
Everybody ain't a pastor. But you got a whole lot of pastors that's fake. And the ones that are pastors, they need to come out and show up. Because one thing for sure, two things for certain, God is not a God that he's going to lie.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a God that he's going to lie. God is going to show up and show out. They may think they doing something, but they better watch out. The devil better watch out because her days is coming. It could be with her. It could be something with a child. Lord forbid, I hope not. But I can't say what God is going to do to nobody. But I will say this. Don't play with God. Because God don't play with people.
Right.
He does not play with people. And those that's lying, y'all better get on your knees. And it may be too late for you to get on your knees.
Mm-hmm.
But God is going to get you. He's going to get you. But everybody that's coming out tonight for tomorrow for the so-called fake news publicity stuff, and then how dare them use 8110 and have y'all, well, let's have 8110. How dare you? How dare you? 8110 is not your puppet. 8110 is not your guinea pig.
Right.
But you don't want to listen to truth. You like lies. Like I said, if people keep telling lies, those are going to believe it.
Right.
Stop going for the fucking okie dokie.
That's right. Thank you.
Quit going for the okie dokie. Oh, I like her. I like him. They need. If the council people tell them folks, come up here for a meeting, you're gonna get $1,000. I guarantee you, every damn body be up there.
You ain't lying.
So why do they have to price you and trick you with money? Get your ass up there and vote for who you supposed to be voting for, what you need. Because they not giving you a damn thing. They give a fuck about if you get whatever you get. They base it on you don't get shit no damn way.
Thank you, baby. We appreciate you calling.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Nikki.
You have a blessed one.
Thank you. All the way from St. Louis, but I'm watching this chat. Darren Robinson, who's a member of House of Prayer. Anna from DC. Why y'all having this at a church? We can't go where there is confusion. God is not in the midst. You shouldn't be taking this type of energy to no church where people are mad and upset. Council, they damn near get to fighting in there. But you want to have it at a church? Last time, let the people know across the nation what happened last time we had a meeting at the church, Daryl. At your church, matter of fact. Caller, you've been bumped in. What's your name and where you calling from?
This is Beverly Biggs, please.
Hey, Miss Beverly.
Hey, Miss Biggs.
You got to mute your
How are
background.
you?
You got mute your background for me.
Okay, hold on. Can you hear it?
Yep, there you go. You perfect now. You got the floor.
Okay. This is my thing. It's not who's out there getting the signatures. We all should be out there getting them signatures. And to say that I work for a law firm, regardless of who I work for, we need Liddell out of that seat.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we need. Now, when Liddell get out of that seat, we'll have a better council. When you know that you got, I'm like Art, when you know you got snakes, you're supposed to watch them snakes.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't supposed to join them.
There you go, baby.
You're supposed to watch them snakes because it's not like they're going to give you anything. I'm not looking for anything for nobody to do for me, but I'm looking to be fair. There's people that want to run for that seat, but ain't got not one signature. Now, either you going to run for the seat and get your ass up, or get a signature, or sit your ass down. That's the key part. No, I'm in the third ward. I'm not in the second ward. But if you're wrong, you're wrong.
Right.
Regardless of what ward you in.
You're right.
But me and my husband is only one person. Yeah, I've had about 4 or 5 young ladies with me, and we've been out there knocking on doors.
Yeah.
They might not be the perfect, but those that's the perfect one that knows how to get the signatures and know what the petition's supposed to look like, they the ones want to sit back and talk shit. Don't be about it. Do what you need to do. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Beverly. We love you. Have a good one.
And Dr. Petroni is on desk.
Dr. Petroni, baby, you didn't came into some madness, but I'm glad you're here.
I don't know what to say.
You too, Dr. Petroni, you watched our sister Tanya and our live, and you had questions too.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what those are. I mean, one thing, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
One thing is it's really hard to follow up Ms. Biggs whenever she's on. It's a tall task because she speaks in such a strong way, as such an amazing advocate for the community. And one of the things that I really heard in what she just said, I think was part of what she just said was, I mean, we know, first of all, Ms. Biggs is out there giving like just about nobody is, right? She's out there doing the walking. She's not the only one. She's got some people with her, but she's really carrying this in terms of the recall efforts. And wouldn't it be something if, we succeed in getting these recalls through, we know for sure that we have Eva, but then, the others are in process. If we don't have amazing candidates who are stepping up, because one thing that I've been reflecting on is, for sure that Eva did not have permission to say she wasn't going to run until they were sure they had other people in place to carry the mayor's agenda, right?
Right.
So even if we are disorganized, and maybe we're not, maybe there are people who are lining up for those positions, but if we're disorganized, they're not. They're doing their work. They're doing their homework. I'm not saying they're not incompetent. They often are, but we know that there must have been a lot of backrooming happening before they selected Candace Mushat, and we know that they're doing that right now with all of these things. And like people have said so many times on here, they're very willing to, say Liddell's not an effective quarterback anymore for the mayor's agenda and everything he stands for, but that's okay. We'll put someone else in there. That's just my thoughts after listening to Ms. Biggs.
Well, did you still want to take calls, or you got an agenda this morning?
No, I mean, I do have something, but let's take calls too. I'll mention what it is, and
Okay.
we can get to it when it fits in. It will fit in. It's Chris, just that Kristen McDonald Rivet, I believe is her full name, is going to be putting in for the 8th district seat that we know some other people who are running for as well. And
Okay.
I want to talk about her record at some point. It'll fit in just because I know it. But let's take some more callers, and I'll try to figure out what you were talking about with Tanya, because I did listen to her. Oh, about Thursday's meeting.
Guess who I'm going to be interviewing hopefully in the new year?
Okay.
Pam Pugh. Pam Pugh.
Oh, good.
Yes.
I'm so glad that that's gonna finally happen. That you two are gonna connect. But yeah, so Tanya was talking about that Thursday, right? About when is that?
Hello.
Hello, caller. You've been bumped in. You're on the air. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, how y'all doing? It's Murdoch calling.
Hey, Murdoch.
Hey, you know what? And Doc, no offense, but I'm just so tired of our people being afraid to be black. I'm black 24/7, black every day. And all politics is about resources. And our community lack resources. And I'm tired of these people who's supposed to be black, they look black, but then as soon as they get in office, they do everything for everyone else except black people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe in voting on party lines. I believe in voting on who's going to do best for us, black people. We need resources. We've been voting Democratic Party for the last 60 years, and look at our community across the nation.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like a hellhole.
Mm-hmm.
And then for those who do have the means to leave, they leave the community, and then the community gets worse.
Mm-hmm.
This is all about resources. It's not about nothing else. And why are we having this meeting at a church?
Mm-hmm.
I'm with Daryl on this. Because people are going to come there, people want to express how they truly feel. And, you got to be conscious of, I'm in a church house. So you don't want to disrespect the house of the Lord.
Right.
But yet you want to let these people know that you're tired of the bullshit.
Right. But you can't say that.
And as far as, I me and Mr. Mays had our disagreement. I'll just say we had a disagreement.
Disagreement?
And, I have zero problems with Mr. Mays. I love Mr. Mays' fight. I hate that they took the brother out of his seat. And why have a meeting now? Wasn't nobody down there fighting for the brother's seat. When all the unjust was going on with Candace and Liddell and them, where was this meeting?
Right.
Where was the people at?
Right.
Where was the voices? And what's crazy, Winters, and I just want to give you your flowers now. You cover the news better than the news people.
Thank you.
You there 24/7 on everything, calling it out. You can't be bought. And that's what the people need. The people need a real voice. The people need fighters. And I'm tired of the same old people, these same old cronies, these civil rights cronies. NAACP is full of BS. The national NAACP was over there in Chicago trying to shut down the democratic voice of the black people in Chicago. The preachers over there in Chicago was trying to shut down the voices because the black people in Chicago wondering how are the migrants getting resources, and you have black homeless all throughout Chicago, but you're giving resources to the homeless. And then, but I'll tell people this, Kamala Harris came to Flint, and people flocked in talking about pearls and chucks. But that woman was on national TV and told y'all, I'm not going to do nothing specifically for black people. And she really meant it. But yet they went out and did an Asian crime bill, specifically for Asians. So you got to, stop voting based on party line and vote who's going to do for your community. Vote who's going to do what's best for your community, your people. When are we going to wake up? I'm not a part of no party. I'm a part of who's going to do best for my people. And, I was down there with that Benedict Arnold, that mayor, oh man, the devil himself.
Tell them who you
I was down there
are.
with that
Tell them
brother.
who you are, Murdoch, because a lot
Huh?
of people watching nationally don't know who you are. Who did you used to work for?
Well, I'm the former deputy chief of staff for the city of Flint.
Thank you.
And I worked under Mayor Sheldon A. Neely. And you know, he's a coward. He's the devil in disguise. Winters, you and I both was there working on the campaign together. He's a snake. He's the ultimate snake. And you know, I just been laid back, just chilling, you know. And again, I want the brother, Mr. Mays, who I really want to talk to. Just let the brother know I have nothing against you, brother. I felt bad, me and you had that disagreement, brother. And you know, I apologize for my part.
Thank you, Murdoch.
I have nothing but the ultimate respect for that brother, because nobody, and I would say nobody, fight harder for the city of Flint than Mr. Mays. I see the love of his community. I see the love of his people. And one thing I love about Mr. Mays is the fact that he's not scared to be black. When is our leaders going to be not scared to be black?
Right.
I'm black and I'm proud. I'm black 24/7. I'm black 365. When are we going to stand up and not be scared to be strong in black?
All right. Well, thank you, Murdoch.
The biggest threat, I want to say this. The biggest threat that the FBI put out back in the 1960s, they said the biggest threat to the United States was the strong black family. Let's get back to being strong black, and let's get back to being family.
Love your family.
Have a great day, people.
Thank you, baby. Have a good one.
Yep.
I got something
Dr.
to ask
Pajani?
about, if you don't mind. I mean, first of all, I got to say I'm Melanin Challenge 24/7, 365. So I'm not the right one to be asking this question, but I've been following in the comments as well. I'll let other people ask it, but let me just phrase it this way. I think that if Mays were here, he would say Murdoch was part of the political police, the police that engaged in a campaign of terror against people like him, because they weren't part of the mayor's campaign or whatever it might be. So I believe in that kind of accountability that he was talking about than others have. And maybe I'm not the one because I wasn't around at that time, but I've sure heard a lot about it. And, accountability takes more than just coming on 810 and saying, tell Eric Mays this. Accountability takes a lot more than that. It takes a real process of truth, reconciliation, and reparations. We know that.
But you got to, everybody been telling us this morning, you got to start somewhere. Did you know I was part of Neely's campaign team in 2019?
You didn't bust Eric Mays' ass. Did you? Well, I mean, I know Tanya was a supporter of as well. So was Art for a while, right? That's not my point. My point was it's different being a supporter of, and I'll shut up because I'm not the one, right? It's one thing to be a supporter of someone who you then later learned were misguided. It's another thing to use physical abuse where you know that you're going to be protected and not even prosecuted because you're in with that part of the power. Those are very different things. I don't remember reading about you, Winters, or anyone else kicking anyone's ass.
Well, I'm not going to get into that because I was not there.
Okay. Well, neither was I. Right. And I'll let other people
who was there?
In the community to hold
Black Lives Matter was there, but they said they didn't see anything.
You got Derek Smart on here. He's got some stuff to say. Mitten to mouth, exactly. He assaulted that man. Tia Alston liked what I said. I just believe in holding people
accountable.
Stephanie
Rogers said, Doc, is more to the story. Stay out of it.
Okay, well, I'll stay out of it. I'm encouraging other people to get into it who know more.
Another caller, Dr. Pajani. But hey, I respect you and I thank you for your opinion. I just want to get that out the way. I respect you, Dr. Pajani. Caller, call back. We lost him. This phone been blowing up, Dr. Pajani, but I've been letting you talk. Okay, go ahead and keep talking, Dr. Pajani.
No, that's okay. I've said enough.
No, you haven't. Hold on.
The call or two to decline. The call will start at the beep.
Caller, you've been bumped in. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hi, this is Jessica from California again. I just wanted to clarify something. I hope I didn't offend Miss Beverly. What I meant to say, and I hope I was clear. Hope I'm clear that I was last time. I didn't mean to say that she has no business collecting signatures because Liddell's votes affect her too. They affect the entire city. What I mean to say is that it's outrageous to me seeing her and the two young ladies that she has going out with her walking her feet to the bone while the second ward sleeps.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That is outrageous.
Mm-hmm.
You in your bed, you cozy, you're warm. People of Whoville all snoozing in their beds. And Miss Bev is out fighting for you.
Yep.
You are literally smelling the shit in your basement. And somebody from the third ward is walking for you.
Yep.
That's what I wanted to make sure that she understood and that everybody understood. Is that I didn't say that. I didn't mean to say that Miss Bev didn't have no business.
No, I don't think she took it that way.
Yeah. I hope not. I hope not. I just wanted to make it very clear that this is the Christmas season. It's cold outside. Miss Bev she gives me grandmotherly vibes, mama vibes, black, and I hate to think of my mama walking her feet to the bone while the people who she's fighting for are sleeping, literally and metaphorically.
Right.
And I think that it's absolutely outrageous.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and sleep and the shit that they have planned. That's because some of the other stuff that Tanya covered yesterday was some of the rules and policy changes that they're talking about employing or implementing on the council.
Mm-hmm.
Can't nobody bring a resolution but the administration. All kinds of Project 2025 bullshit that people all over Flint need to be aware of and need to be weary of and need to be terrified of. But the people in the second ward, you made a mistake. You voted in a sociopathic coon who don't like black people, who despises the face that she sees in the mirror.
Right.
And who mobilizes through Eva that self-hatred. Who mobilizes through the votes that she takes that self-hatred. She don't like the fact that she's black, and she don't like other black folks.
All right. Well, thank you, Jessica.
So,
I got to get back to Dr.
thank you so
Padroni,
much.
but thank you so much. I appreciate you all the way from California. Thank you, baby.
Thank you. And hello, doctor. Hello,
Hey,
doctor.
I love hearing your points. You're always on point every time I hear you call in. So thank you
Dr.
for
Padroni.
sharing that. I mean, she's right. I don't need to add anything to it. She's right. She's right for the respect that she's showing to Miss Biggs. And, she's right. I mean, people in the second ward are showing up and being the ones to sign. Hopefully they're answering their door for her. I know they did before. But she's right that everywhere, not just in Flint, people have to be more mobilized, right? People are used to just sitting back and thinking, oh, what can I do? I'm not a part of it, or I'm just one person, or whatever it might be. And I found that that's not true. I mean, any of us who have worked as activists, and I know that's just about everyone here, knows that when we actually take action and we see what we can do, we are much, much, much more powerful than we ever imagined. It's kind of scary. I mean, we found with a small group of activists that we were able to bring down the Education Achievement Authority in Detroit, which Kristen McDonald, who is running for office in the 8th District, helped build in the first place.
Okay. Well, that's good. And who is this lady you were telling us about before we get another caller? I want to hear more about the lady that you said is running for Kildee seat.
Right. So she's been putting out messaging that next week, I think it's January 3rd, but in any case, the first week of January, she's going to be announcing her candidacy for the 8th District.
And where's she from?
I don't know her whole history. I think she's in the 8th District. But what I know her for most as the vice president of the Skillman Foundation down in Detroit.
Okay.
And that's under the Skillman Foundation. The first time that I encountered her name was when she went to testify in favor of PA4, which was the first emergency manager law. We know that PA4 became PA 436. And she went to testify in favor of that down in the State House. At that time, and the reason I know that is because I was on the other side. That basically it all centered around a court case in Detroit where the Detroit Public Schools elected board, elected by 82% Black populace, was being run over by an emergency manager initially appointed by a Democrat. I always like to remind people of that, Jennifer Granholm. And so there was a debate about, does he, he was, by law, he was only supposed to have control over finances. He was an emergency financial manager, not over academics, but he asserted control over everything and said that he was going to keep going until someone stopped him. So there was the elected board, the rightfully elected board said, no, that's our power over academics. They had already written an academic plan. And because of the emergency financial manager, they no longer had access to the district attorneys. So they had to get pro bono attorneys to represent them. And they also had to get pro bono researchers to help support their effort. And they relied on me to bring in a national expert, which I did, Pauline Littman from Chicago, to talk about the likely effects of continued emergency management on the Detroit public schools would be that they would decimate them, which we all know they subsequently did, right? So this was back in 2012. We won in court. Judge Wendy Baxter said that there was imminent harm coming to the district because of the emergency manager. When that happened, because we didn't have PA4 yet, there was a different older emergency manager law in place that had been for a while. It was called emergency financial manager. When that happened, when we won our case, she and others from Skillman went to the other. They were on the other side, and they were saying, we need emergency management. We need that. And there's a direct. I mean, people in Flint, when they know about that, with her running for the 8th district, they're not going to be very happy about that. And I wouldn't be either, because there's a direct line from supporting PA4 and that strong emergency manager power to what happened to people in Flint. That's why today we can say that one of the later emergency managers, after Robert Bobb had already done all his damage, was Darnell Early, because they just were swapping them back and forth between the cities. They were really connecting up what was happening in the schools with what was happening in the cities. They were poisoning people in Flint through their water, and they were poisoning kids' minds with what they were doing with the public schools, right? So it's all kind of on a spectrum. But yeah, she was the vice president of the Skillman Foundation, and some of the things that they did was they called for the abolition is the word they used, of the elected board in a predominantly Black city, right? Predominantly white districts can have their elected board, but not Detroit. They called for all power to be in the mayor, but when the mayor, being at that time, said he didn't want that power, they were happy to work with the emergency manager, which is why they testified for him. They brought in the Education Achievement Authority, which was this state-controlled district of 15 schools that we uncovered as a front for 2 for-profit technology companies in Utah, where they were using Black children, what many people call the Tuskegee experiment on Black children, to try to develop a product that they were going to claim was successful, and they were willing to fudge the results in order to, and they did fudge the results, in order to then sell it to other predominantly Black districts and say, hey, we finally figured out how Black children learn. And it was finally disbanded. We finally defeated it. That's what I was alluding to too, when we said that activists start to realize, wow, we have a lot more power than we ever imagined. If we just had more people with us, we could do so much. But so, yeah, Chris McDonald supported all that. She supported closing down schools that didn't have high enough scores, when those test scores only reflect the socioeconomic circumstances of the families that send their kids there. And she wanted to bring in, and did bring in, Teach for America. When Teach for America came in, they meaning they fired without any fair due process many teachers. Now we have a teacher shortage. many, many, many teachers who were, as a cohort, much more Black, experienced veteran teachers, rooted in the community, knew what urban life was like in American cities, and replaced them with temps, teaching temps who had 5 weeks in a shotgun training program in the summer, who were disproportionately more white, more privileged, they were coming in to save the kids. And they were told it was their fault if they couldn't turn everything around in about 2 months. And then they left after 2 years because that was their minimum term, was 2 years. And by that time, you had already fired all of the veteran Black teachers, predominantly. So, these are just all things. I think that we'll continue to unpack them as the time goes, but she's going to announce next week. I believe it's January 3rd. She's been putting out the Twitter saying a big announcement is coming and all that sort of stuff. So keep your eyes on that. Again, I'm about accountability. And, that I can speak to. I can speak knowledgeably to Kristen McDonald. I have only heard, admittedly, one side of the story with Murdoch, but I'm sorry. I believe, so I feel comfortable raising what I've heard, and I'll put all kinds of qualifiers on it.
Well, I'm going to interview him in the upcoming year.
Well,
so everybody,
yeah, right. I mean, because anyone can put on a good show, but if you know the background, then you can ask the tough questions. I know you do that because you are a great interviewer.
Well, thank you, Dr. Prigioni. But Dr. Prigioni, I got a question for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you do a lot of research in the urban communities and whatnot. Do you think a church is the best place to have this type of meeting at? The last time we had it in Flint, I don't know if you know the history, it was held at the House of Prayer Missionary Baptist Church, where the late, great Reverend Dr. Kenneth Stewart was pastor, and they had a paddy wagon outside, and a few people got arrested, one by the name of Mr. Tony Palladino, and others, and they sued and they won. So what do you think about having another church meeting?
I mean, you got to have a space to meet in, but yeah, I agree with what others were saying, is that some people are going to feel stifled in that environment, right? Because there's an expectation that you are a certain way in church. You're reverential toward the Lord, which is appropriate. But sometimes when you got to get down to business about your community and what's happening, you need to comport yourself in a way that might not be the way that you would comport yourself when you're in the pew standing there in front of the Lord. I have some background questions. Maybe you've already covered it, so I can find out on my own time. But who's organizing it, and what's the agenda? I mean, I saw the organizations listed, and obviously some of them I know.
Dr. Prigioni, I seen where you asked that question yesterday in the chat. Well, we see who it's being sponsored by. I don't know who organized it. You don't know who organized it. And we don't know what the agenda is. All we've been told is to come and show up and see.
So, who knows? Maybe it'll be incredible and great. But I can tell you, and Flint, you probably know this as well, but if you don't, I can tell you that in Detroit, what we've oftentimes seen is an appropriation of these kinds of spaces where people who want to take over an agenda of grassroots people who are upset. So in this case, what you have is people who are upset about council people who seem to have an agenda that is not the people's agenda. And they know that energy is there. And one thing they can do is they can try to quash it. Another thing they can try to do is to take it over. And I'm not saying that's what's happening here, but I'm just telling you that's something to watch out for, is people coming in who, where were they when the real battles were taking place in the street? And all of a sudden they're all here and they're with you and they want to lead the agenda. That's what I would watch. That's what I would watch out for. I am not saying that's what this is.
And Dr. Prigioni, exactly. And I'm not telling people, I'm like you. I'm not saying don't go. I'm just saying, where were you at when we needed you at council, where everybody's going to be? As well as I do. I mean, we're not God. We can't predict the future. We don't know, but we know that all 9 council people are not going to go to this church. Yeah. And if this is a meeting about the dysfunction of council, why not come down, public speaking at council, and show a united front at council?
I mean, that's when you're absolutely right. That's where this should be, right? That's when you're in the public view. That's when it's recorded. And that's when it's in open in the public. Everybody hears it. There's a record of it. Yeah, now Mays, hopefully he'll get an injunction and he'll be back in there, and no one will be attacking him.
Well, thank you, Renee. This is a podcast where anybody can voice their opinion. This is the people's podcast, okay? And Dr. Padroni, where were all of these organizations at before Mays got that 3-month censure? Where were these organizations at when Mays got the 30-day censure? Where were these organizations at when Eva called Jerry ghetto? Where were these organizations at when Judy said she dated a colored person? Where were these organizations at when Eva stood up over Tanya inciting violence? Where were they at then? Now you want to change, but you hear them talk about a resolution because Candace needs to be on the ballot when it falls on council. You can't change that at a meeting. If you want to talk about the problem, don't the problem have to be in the room? If I'm mad at my child, why would I call Dr. Padroni and scold you about Deanna not cleaning her room? You see what I'm saying? I need to talk to Deanna. Right. I need to talk to Deanna. But if Deanna's not there, what good is it going to make?
Yep.
And so we got a lot of people that are coming in now, and they really don't understand what we're talking about. So it's a meeting Thursday being held at the Christ Fellowship Baptist Church. It's hosted by, let me get this right, not sponsored, hosted by the Black Leaders Forum, Black Lives Matter Flint, CBOP, which is Mother Deloney, Caution, which we heard that's Bishop Bernadette Jefferson, the Concerned Pastors for Social Action, the Democracy Defense League, and the NAACP Flint chapter. And what makes me so suspicious is that none of the pastors mentioned this at church service on Sunday. When I called pastors yesterday, they said, a meeting where? What you mean? What you talking about, witness? Hold on 1 second. We got another caller.
The call or two to decline. The call will start at the beep.
Caller, you've been bumped in. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, Winston, this is Tia. I'm calling from here, there, and everywhere.
Hey, Tia.
Look, I just want everybody to know on the platform that whoever 810 endorses, I'm willing to, the candidates that you're willing to put forth to bring Flint forward, I'm willing to put my money behind them. And I ain't talking about no 25, no $10, $15. I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying, real cash. I want to see the people make it. And Dr. Padroni, I'm 110% with you. Fuck Murdoch. You know what I'm saying? You beat the hell out of an old man and talking about a disagreement. Who the fuck you think you playing with, dog? You know what I'm saying? That's somebody I love to meet myself. Because I love for him to hit me. He won't hit nobody else and live. Tell it. And now with that out the way, this Black Leader Forum. I think Laydell is in that Black Leader Forum, if I ain't mistaken. Then DeJuan Robinson, with his late ass, fake ass self, it don't make no damn sense. Them people should have been there from the beginning. 810 is a movement, and they trying to hijack what you guys have built to help the people, to give the people their voices. Don't think Laydell and them ain't sat behind closed doors. And Sheldon Neely probably have sat behind closed doors, because if you think about it, like we had a discussion about before, he connected with the Congressional Black Caucus. He knows some of these top name people at the NAACP. And so he's going to bring some of the best speakers down to a church. And they're going to finagle your mind. And they ain't going to do shit. It's going to be the same shit like what you got with Laydell. I hate the echo come off like art.
Uh-oh. Sorry. I don't know what happened. Hold on.
I feel like it's wrong to exclude the elders because not all of our elders are our enemies.
Right.
Not all.
Right.
You look
Right.
at Miss Beverly out there. She out there pushing. Y'all look at the lady and got to walk up. And she using her money, her time. And my generation, millennials, are asleep. If I could, I'd knock their ass upside the head and make them wake up and take out the damn trash. I would. I would. But, you know, and for the lady Stephanie Rogers to say that, you know, don't talk about it, that's the problem. Like, stay out of it. You don't know the whole story.
Only
But here's
God
the whole
knows that.
story.
Yeah.
An old man standing up for his community and doing for the people got assaulted. And nobody don't want to talk.
No, I
So somebody got
I
to
gotta stick up for Stephanie. I'll wait. Go ahead.
But they ain't handling business. You know, they ain't taking care of the community. What do you think people are supposed to think when they look? Well, we can look with our eyes, we can hear with our ears. We know. And y'all know y'all got some Judas among you. In the 810 camp, probably. That you got to look out for. You know, you really got to not just talk to your people, but watch them.
Right.
You know what I mean? You going to have to. And you got to ask them, you know, and not just ask them, but watch their actions. Who are you fucking serving? Are you serving self? Are you serving these people? What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Right.
And tonight, I would televise that meeting, but I wouldn't give them the time of day. I wouldn't tell them what I was thinking. I wouldn't tell them anything because these people are here to hijack the movement. They see y'all got the spotlight and you got the followers.
That's it.
And eventually, they know you get ready to climb that money ladder. It ain't no need for their ass to come now.
Right. You're right. Thank you, Tia. We appreciate you.
You're welcome. And hey, Dr. Padroni.
Hey.
I love your work, by the way, and keep fighting.
Yeah, I love Tia. Tia always brings the truth. Tia always brings the fire, no matter
Tia.
where she is with that truck.
But I do have to stick up for my family, Stephanie Rogers. And Stephanie is saying what a lot of people are saying. And Dr. Padroni, everybody got opinions. I get that. This is the place where you come to voice your opinions. Stephanie is saying it's a lot of stuff that people don't know. I'm going to interview
Always.
Murdoch in the incoming year. Okay. And it's three sides to every story. They side, the other side, and then it's the truth.
Absolutely. Right.
Okay. We've heard May's side. Now it's time that we hear from Murdoch. And it's taken Murdoch a long time. Murdoch was in the midst of everything down at City Hall. He's the mayor's brother-in-law. He was there when Deltanya Burns asked Mayor Sheldon Neely, "How do you know Murdoch?" And he said, and I quote, he said he was married to my sister when he was at the wedding. So, I mean, I got to defend Stephanie. And Stephanie's saying, you know, I live here. We know a lot of the players in this game. That's why it's a lot of people so suspicious about this meeting. That's all I'm saying. Yes, there are a bunch of Judases amongst us. I agree with that. But it's always going to be a Judas amongst you somewhere. So, hey, Harletta said, interview the people in the damn bar. Oh, well, you know, the ones that was with May said they didn't even see it. Didn't they, Harletta? We got another caller, Dr. Padroni. Caller, you've been bumped in. What's your name and where you calling from?
How are you doing? This is John Tony. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Listen, I would like to say about this whole issue of this meeting and everything. The thing is, we need a meeting. We need that type of meeting to organize and discuss, and some place where we can discuss and organize freely. And I'm sure there's always someone in the shadows who's going to want to use our platform, especially for gaining steam and what have you, for them to promote themselves or to glean funding from or whatever. But see, the anxiety shouldn't even be there here because, see, what's happening is they are inviting us to their table. And we're wondering about who and what, the agenda and the wherewithal. Why, and it's giving us a lot of anxiety about coming to their table. But then again, on the other end, we don't want to X anybody out that wants to come and help and everything like that. If we want to bring people to align up themselves with us in this movement, we should have a table that we can invite them to instead of going to somebody else's table. Because when we're going to somebody else's table, part of the anxiety is that if they was with us, they would already be at our table.
Yes.
And I tell you, I think it's a travesty that more people aren't getting out there. On another note, getting out there with Mrs. Biggs,
yeah,
and it being more orchestrated so that the quality of the recall is there, because it definitely needs to be there, and that needs to be the focus. We don't need this other distraction, unless if you want to send a representative there just to see what they're talking about. Bible says watch and pray. There's nothing wrong with that. But I tell you, and we shouldn't be afraid to send a representative out there who can record things and report back. Now, I don't think that's an issue, because if you don't, they can use that against us, saying that we're subversive, or we tried to do this with them, or we reached out to them and they didn't come, or they shunned us, and the whole thing that'll cause some people to fall away because they feel you're not, that we have a haughty spirit or arrogance or whatever, and they don't want to align with us to move forward. That's why I always say stay strong and humble, because people will follow that spirit.
All right. Thank you, Doctor.
That's what we need to do. But
right.
I know I got to get off the phone. God bless.
God bless you too. Thank you.
Doc.
Good seeing you. Thanks for sharing.
That's my boy. Yeah. All right. I'm sorry.
I like
God bless.
Elijah.
Be
Thank
safe.
you.
Stay healthy now.
Thank you.
Ciao.
I like that comment. I haven't heard from that person, Elijah Green. That's the point. Don't call a meeting to discuss council issues and not contact the council members individually for input and confirmation of attendance. That's basically it. Dr. Padroni, again, I don't believe that you can speak freely at a church. I can't go into church and cuss and tell how I really feel, how it's acting at council, how the people acting. And if you want to make a statement, I think a bigger statement, a bigger impact would have been made by standing up at council before all of this happened to Mays. Why not call a meeting before? But see, it's like what Art says. You don't like the messenger, so then you don't want to participate. But all of these people, over 200 people on here, heard me when I said, come to council, speak out, stand up, don't let them silence the first ward's voice. And nobody came. I mean, we had a few people there, but all of these different groups, where were they at? The only one that I seen is Claire McClinton come. And I will stick up for Claire McClinton. She was there. So, and it will be people from A10 there. I just won't be there, and I don't have to go. I don't get along with some of the people that are there. So why go and put myself in a position where I'm just not going to do that to myself? Dr. Padroni, take it over.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to me that if you're putting something together as an organization that is about the council and, the problems the council's been having, however you want to frame that you go first through the organizations that are already having that conversation and have been for a long time, right? I mean, that's just good organizing. Unless unless you're up to something else. Good organizing means you go into the situation, you find out, well, who's already part of this conversation, who's been driving the conversation, and you get them on board from the beginning before you go public and announce it. Now, again, we don't know. Maybe this will be great. Who knows? But those are the kinds of questions, at least in my mind, as someone who saw way too much stuff go down in Detroit and other places, predominantly Black communities. Detroit's not the only place I worked. Also Saginaw and Benton Harbor. I won't go through the whole list again. Is that you kind of watch these things. You watch these subtle signals. I mean, I know that in Detroit, when the corporations that were dismantling the public schools, when they realized that they couldn't that there was these grassroots people who were fighting them, and that they couldn't co-opt that grassroots group, what they did is they created a new grassroots, what we call AstroTurf, because it's not really grass, it's not really roots, it's AstroTurf. They create AstroTurf organizations so they can have that veneer of grassroots public support and mobilization, when what they're really doing is they're going around the people who have always been on the battlefield, because they don't want to support you. They don't want to lift you up. Again, I don't know what if that's happening here or not. Maybe it's not. Let's hope it's not. But those are the things I watch for. I want to be clear. I don't know what happened in that bar with Murdoch. I was like, if someone's going to come on, we got to at least raise what we've been hearing. And one thing that I think that we can say, and again, from that space of not knowing, is probably if we had had a different relationship at that moment between the mayor and Murdoch, the relationship was good at that point, we would know a lot more about what happened, because it probably would have been prosecuted. Right. And then we wouldn't be in a position of needing to say, well, who knows what's really, of course, there's other sides of the story. Part of the reason we don't know more is because it was swept under the carpet at the time.
Right. I like some, I'm reading some of the comments as well. What did Sister Audrey, my sister, say? Don't go and do that to yourself. You know your limitations. Often I won't go around people because I know where I am and protect myself, my energy, and won't allow anyone to shame, bully me into doing what my energy tells me to stay away from. 2024. I was just like literally typing the same thing. Like,
and what is she
literally.
speaking to there? What's the context?
Where I said I won't go. Like, I'm not going. It'll be other people there from ATN. And I was literally just typing that into the comments. And I said I stand on what I say. I won't be bullied into going. I'm not scared to stand on what I believe in. It'll be plenty of people there. It's just I have too many different feelings and thoughts, and I just don't need to be put in that position. Like, none of the churches spoke about this on Sunday. None of the other platforms that are listed said anything about it on their podcast. So I'm confused. And I'm not going to put myself in that situation, and I stand on what I say.
I feel you.
I mean, that's it. That's all I can say.
I mean, it's again, like with Black Lives Matter on there, right? So, whether it's true or not, a lot of the people have been upset with Black Lives Matter Flint for not being on the scene during a lot of past struggles. If my sense is, again, whether that's true or not, if you want to rebuild trust with people, you build up a track record first.
Right.
And when you haven't built up that track record yet, and then you're out here as one of the lead organizations, it does raise some questions, and there might be great answers to those questions, but it does raise some questions. It was the same thing when Pfeiffer came around to the side of Mays and JWC and Tanya Burns. At first it was like, well, my perspective was always, let him build up a track record before you trust him, right? Because He was on the wrong side of issues for a long time.
Mhm.
And I feel that Pfeiffer has built up that track record now. He's had 3 months and he's shown that he's for real. And, it doesn't mean he might not change again, but it's not just that he's out here using people for a one moment when he really needed help. He's put in some work, some real work for the right people. That's how you build trust.
Now, do you think he's gonna go to this meeting at this church on
Oh,
Thursday?
how do I know? I don't know. We could
I
ask
mean,
him.
just like a question. Like, do you think he's gonna go? Like, just from me talking to you, nobody else is in the room.
He
Do you
seems like
think
the
he's
kind
gonna
of
go?
person who might go. I mean, who knows what else he has in his life right now. But all things equal, if he's free, he seems like the kind of guy who might go, right? Just to listen, because that's what he's good at.
Now,
He
I got
listens.
another question for you
Yeah.
because you do a lot of research. Again, I keep saying that because I've read some of your publications and I know you do a lot of research in the Black community.
Yeah.
Do you think this meeting should have been held before now?
I mean, that's a tough question because there's always room for building on more, right? I don't want to be like come out as being positioned as against this meeting or negative on it. I'm just trying to ask questions. So
Absolutely.
so I mean, yeah, it would have been much better if it had been before someone was expelled for 3 months.
Right.
We all knew that was
Right.
coming. We all knew it was coming. It had been on the agenda for a while. People were talking about it. Of course it would have been better, but people don't get to where they're going until they get there. So I mean, there can be good reasons for it not happening until now. I mean, a good reading of it could be that 810 and others have built up this critical mass, and now other people are coming in.
Mhm.
The way they're going about it
Yep.
leads to questions. And maybe it's just, maybe people are new organized. I mean, I don't think that BLM is a new organizer. But if people are new to organizing, then maybe they make some mistakes by, I don't know if that could be what's going on here. But there's a way that you build up trust, if that's your intention. There's a way that you build up trust and credibility and get people lined up behind you. And it doesn't sound like some of those important steps have been taken here. And maybe that's just, beginners. But I don't think these people are beginners, so I don't know.
Maria Porsche, I must read, and thank you, Maria, for watching. Maria said it's scary how no one wants to agree to disagree. This makes us human. But if we do disagree, you hold a whole meeting to quiet me instead of working for the people and getting that money to the people. Who's next on council? What do you think about that?
I mean, they already tried to put something on JWC, right? I mean, that's the thing is that you get junk on power. It's not like we're waiting for. I'm not praying for anyone's conscience to kick in among that group. I had held out that Judy might have a conscience in there somewhere.
You think she gonna show up?
No, but I'm just saying that I had.
So you was very quick
she's
to
going to show
answer
up to
that.
this meeting? Is she
Show
gonna
up to this meeting at this,
I don't know.
Where a lot of the colors are gonna be,
Are you saying she's looking? She's on the market?
I mean, I don't know. She said she used to date a color. I'm just using her words. I'm just saying. Do you think she's going to show up to a colored church? I mean,
I'd
just
tell
saying.
her husband to be careful,
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I'll bet those councils will talk with each other and make a decision as a group. And that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to all come as a group, but they'll strategize. It's like when Quincy came to those Saturday meetings, right?
Mm-hmm. Well,
I'm sure that they quarterbacked that, and they were like, "Okay, Quincy, you're going out, and
right, we're gonna send you." You're right.
So they'll be strategic about it, and probably everyone will be strategic about it. Tanya will probably go, right? Because she was talking it up.
Oh yeah, absolutely believe that Tanya's gonna go, and Tanya's gonna go with the best heart out of all of them. But if everybody's not there on one accord, on the same page, like you can't talk to the whole council if only 3 or 4 of them are there.
Yeah.
Oh, what did Daryl say? Winters Hall, you woke me up to how to talk to people. What did he say? You woke me up to how to talk to people. I said something out the way, to you and you checked me and asked me would Reverend Stewart approve what you saying, and I never knew you, me, and him relationship. So I apologize to you, and you made me a better person to how to just talk to people. And I love you for making me a better person when talking to people. I just want to thank you, just to know to thank you. Hey, girl, we good, baby. We
Yeah.
done known each other for a long time. We good, and I love you too. I do.
No, but what he's saying is so true. You have a way of your presence on the air is you just have great presence, and your way of talking to people, interviewing them, man. I mean, could go on all day. You got it. You are talented, and I
Well,
don't
thank
mean to
you.
sound. I hope that comes out the right way because I really mean it. You know.
Oh, well, thank
But,
you.
yeah.
Thank you so much. That means a lot coming from you, Dr. Petroni. And before we go off, this is the time where we acknowledge our visitors.
Mm.
If we have anyone visiting with us today and you would like to donate to the cause here at A10 News Media Group, Cash App $ A10 News Media Group. We will make sure it gets to the right people that really want to organize,
Mm.
just like we did with Miss Beverly. And she was so appreciative when we did that, and people cashed app her and for gas money, for food. And she put in the comments earlier today, it's not her and her husband's job, but she's doing it because she loves
Yep.
Flint.
Yep.
But it's so sad that she can't even get 25 people to walk with her. She can't get 5 people, and that hurts. So my question then is, do they really want Liddell gone, or is it just a bunch of smoke and mirrors?
Yep.
So I'll let you take us out today, Dr. Pedroni. That's all I have to say.
I mean, my only final words are again, as Beverly Biggs, I'm sure she would say it. She'd say it in her own way, but man, we're a lot more powerful than we ever would think or dream. And we think a lot about how if other people would just come in and join, we could do 5 times as much, right? That's just the basic truth of it. And I salute her because she's a lead soldier, lead general out there on the field. And yeah, we got to support people. We got to support
Right.
people like that.
And Mimi, I see you said what's Miss Biggs' Cash App? I don't know. But I will come back in the comments and I will put it in for you when I get off of here. So again, thank you, Dr. Pedroni.
Thank you.
Thank you, Air Traffic Control Mickey. Shout out to A10 News Media Group and the greatest producer in the world, Mickey Jordan. We will see you back here tomorrow at 9 a.m. All right. Thank you all.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.